Kang did when he wasn't satisfied with the systems in place to treat special conditions like ADHD, autism, and dyslexia. I find out more about the neurofeedback system he's designed.
I was using neurofeedback equipment from overseas for a while, and I was not happy with the performance and the flexibility. So I took it upon myself to develop my own system where I can be more flexible in implementing the training protocols. I spent about 3 years developing the hardware and the software with a grant from the government.
So describe the system to us. What actually happens?
Okay, the system involves hardware which measures the brain wave coming out from the brain. Neurofeedback is that we measure the signal coming out of the brain. The computer will analyze it, and that's where the software comes in. After analyzing, the computer will present back the brain wave in the form of a computer game. So this person actually controls the computer game using his brain signals. In order to activate the brain, they have to send out the right type of brain signals. By doing this training over time, we find that we can train the brain to be more active, we can train the brain to calm down. Essentially, we train the brain to regulate itself. So history has shown that by being able to regulate our brain function, we actually improve in our performance and in terms of our quality of life.
Why did you base it on the model of a game, a computer game?
Most of my clients are children, so we can actually look at the brain waves to do the feedback, but a game will be more enticing so that they will put in more effort to do it. Once they get used to playing the game and we see the condition improve, we actually have a reading module where, instead of playing a game, they read a passage. It's very particularly effective for those with dyslexia or language difficulties. So if the brain shuts down, you find that the passage becomes black and they can't see the words. So in order to read the passage, they have to activate the brain so that the reading passage becomes clear. They can see the words to read. A lot of times we see children with dyslexia, children with language problems. The language part of the brain shuts down when they are on language tasks. So this particular neurofeedback or brain training exercise, we train your brain to be active when they're reading, especially the language areas.
So the special conditions that we are looking at for this system, ADHD, autism, and dyslexia. Now, how have you seen the neurofeedback system actually help with these conditions?
It's been a rewarding journey so far when we see children improve. Neurofeedback is now considered the non-medical alternative for treating ADHD. The American Academy of Pediatrics on their website states that it's now considered evidence-based. Even our local Institute of Mental Health is offering neurofeedback for ADHD treatment.
But you introduced this system pretty early on in Singapore. Why did you embark on introducing this at a point where not many people were using it? It was very much an alternative way of treatment.
Yes, I was teaching in the school, and I see a lot of children work very hard, and I always wondered why, as an educator, we don't look into the brain. So in one of my studies, which I went over to the US, I chanced upon neurofeedback and felt that this makes a lot of sense. We should be looking into the brain and finding out why the brain is not working as it should. And neurofeedback gives you a proactive approach, to train the brain and to exercise the brain directly. Because of this, I brought it back and I tried it on my students when I was teaching. And I was quite amazed with the results, and that's why I left teaching to set up Spectrum Learning to offer neurofeedback therapy in the 1990s.
Now, who has made a difference to you?
I think my eldest daughter, I think when I started Spectrum Learning, I did observe that she has got some autistic symptoms, and so I used what I know on my daughter to treat my daughter, and I found great improvements in her, and that made a difference in my life.
I'm assuming that she benefited from your experience?
Yes, she did the most amount of neurofeedback among my 3 girls, and now she's doing very well in the university, so I'm very thankful for this technology, and I hope to help more people.
Talking about his neurofeedback system. If you want to find out more, go to spectrumlearning.asia. This has been They Are Making a Difference. Thank you for listening.